Flosstube, my name is Mariam, my pronouns are she, her. You may know me as Marroomycrafts on Instagram or Marroomy Designs on Gumroad. Welcome to my Flosstube. This is a channel about cross stitch mainly. Sometimes I talk about other things, but it's mainly about cross stitch. This is a Flosstube extra episode number 8, which means that I do have something new to share with you. This time around is another design of mine. So first, let me introduce you to my design. This is Song of Nowruz. It's 67 by 78. This is just a mock-up because I didn't have time to stitch the model because I just finished designing this. I just wanted to make sure that I release this ahead of Nowruz and give everyone enough time to get their fabric and thread together. Joining me on Nowruz Day, which is March 20th, and celebrate bringing in spring and starting Nowruz. So yeah, so let me tell you what's in this pattern. So first, you see this motif is, as usual, is inspired by Persian rugs and motifs found in other fiber art, traditional fiber art. You see there are two sets of back-to-back birds featured here. Birds like this are depicted to show and signify a rebirth, right? One is facing back, which is death, and one is facing forward, which is life and future and growth. So together this is balance of nature. Together they symbolize something like a spring, rebirth, starting over, the start of the cycle again. And yeah, there are two sets of them, and they're singing the Song of Nowruz and ringing in spring, basically. It's a monochrome, just similar to majority of my patterns. I think this is easier this way, and it gives everyone a chance to try their hands in choosing their own fabric and thread. And if you want to go and stitch this with all different colors, go ahead. I encourage you to do that. Just tag me so I can see what you choose. The quote on top says, "Believe in the spring, start over, bloom, start again, bloom." This is a quote from Rumi, who, you know him as Rumi. In Farsi, we call him Maulana, which translates into master, or, yeah, master. And he is the most famous Persian poet, I think, in the world. A lot of his work has been translated. Some not really faithful. Some are not even close to his own poems. I digress. Let's go get back here. So I love this quote from him because I do think that this is something we should live by. Thinking about everything in nature has a chance of regrowth, has a chance of starting over. So this is a reminder that now is the spring. Think of a spring, believe in that promise of a spring, and bloom, start over. This is your chance. I want to live by this quote, and I hope that it resonates with some of you and you want to live by this quote as well. Right, so I thought it was fitting to match that with the birds singing Song of Nowruz, to symbolize the start of new season and new year, right? Okay, so a little bit about Nowruz. So Nowruz is Persian New Year. It happens on a spring equinox for the Northern Hemisphere, and it's this year it falls on March 20th. Sometimes it falls on the 21st, sometimes it's on the 20th. This year is on the 20th. And the celebration goes for 2 weeks. So the start is a Nowruz Day. We end on Sizdah Bedad, which means the 13th day, the getaway of the 13th day. Sizdah is number 13. And just as you may think, 13 is a bad luck, similar to many other cultures in Farsi and Persian as well. So because it's bad omen, old saying says that if you spend this day indoors, you are keeping all that bad omen with you and those bad energy with you, and it will stick to your dwellings. And we want to make sure that we remove ourselves and be under a sky, spend time in fresh air, in nature, so that will take away all that negative energy. And you're celebrating it as much of Persian holidays goes, and much of anywhere's holidays goes. It's all about food and togetherness, right? Majority of celebrations are about that. This is no exception. It's all Nowruz. The whole 14 days is all about visiting your family, your friends, eating good food, receiving gifts from elders. So it goes by age. You always get gifts from who is older than you, and you're giving gift to someone who's younger than you. So that's the celebration. And the end day, this is the picnic day. If you live around area that a lot of Iranians live, and you're Iranians, Tajiks, people from Afghanistan, so a lot of people who are in that region and celebrate Nowruz, if you know them, you will see them outdoors picnicking with loud music, good food, and dancing around. So know that marks the end of Nowruz. That's the last day. So yeah, I thought that now that we have like a good chunk of time from start of the season to the last day of Nowruz celebration, 2 weeks, considering the size of this, 67 by 70, 67 by 78, it's doable in 2 weeks, right? So why not start a SAL? I'm gonna call it a stitch along, but you can call it start along. For you, you can be a start. You can just start with me. That's what I want to do. I want to celebrate this day because it's my favorite holiday after Yalda. Of course, as usual, there is no call for thread, call for fabric. Do what you like to do. If you want to stitch it in 100 colors, stitch it in 100 colors. If you want to go with one color, go with one color. I myself have not made up my mind yet. So I'm thinking going with opalescent fabric that I have, Ada that I have, and using one of the silks that I have recently bought and I have in my stash. So we'll see what this will look like, but yeah. So again, Song of Nowruz, come celebrate with me. If you think that you cannot stitch this whole thing in 2 weeks, it's fine. That's completely okay. Just start it with me. So for you, this can be start along. My aim is to finish this during this whole 2 weeks. So sometimes during this 2 weeks. And I think it's doable because it's not that big. I added a border, but you're welcome to get rid of the border because it's just literally just one, it's just a row of stitches all around. Hashtag is Song of Nowruz SAL. I'm going to put it down here. Song of Nowruz SAL. Come join me and celebrate Nowruz with me. Alright. I'm going to be back sometime around end of month just to catch up with you for my regular episode and talk about my progress and Hal's investments. We call them investments here. Yeah, to talk about my investments and all the other good stuff related to regular episodes. But for now, this is what I have to share with you. Where you can find it, follow the link in the description box below. By the time this video is live, that pattern should be available on my Gumroad page, so you can easily get it from that page for sure. All right, once again, believe in the spring, start again, bloom. Happy stitching, everyone. Bye.